It's so interesting. It's such an enigma to me because, of course, it's drilled into our head that this side of the state, west side of the state, super liberal, east side of the state, very conservative. But of course, Spokane, which, is a big city, has been getting more and more blue as the years have gone by. And so it's this sort of blue, becoming a blue stronghold, I would say, on the other side of the state. And their policies show it. So they now want to ban, if I'm understanding this correctly, immigration agents from entering public parks. Got it. This is from the Center Square. Spokane considers banning ICE agents from parks despite the park board's opposition. It says Spokane City Council is considering an ordinance to ban federal law enforcement from entering certain areas without a warrant. Councilmember Lily Navarte proposed the idea Monday. She wants to provide a refuge for others as the agency makes headlines over its activity in Spokane. It says, if approved, the ordinance would allow the Spokane Park Board to temporarily or permanently designate city parks as non-public areas due to residential safety concerns. That means agents wouldn't be allowed to enter without written permission unless they have a warrant. According to emails obtained by the Center Square, the Parks Board doesn't support the policy or taking an enforcement role. So the Parks Board doesn't even want to do this, according to these internal emails. They're not interested in doing it, and I understand why. So now they have to be the ones to enforce it. And if you designate a public park a non-public area, does everyone else have to have written permission to enter? Would anyone entering the park then be trespassing? Or is it only ICE agents who all of a sudden have to present written permission to go into a park and perform an arrest? Would city police be able to go into the park and perform an arrest? What if somebody is in there, JOing like they do in so many parks? The homeless people go there and pleasure themselves. Like, do police need to have a warrant too? It's obviously such a dumb idea, and it's so ideologically driven. And look, I know they always go to what's the worst case scenario, and this was the subject of our daily subscriber show poll, so we'll get to your answers on this in a moment. If you're a subscriber on Patreon, Locals, or X, and you haven't taken our poll yet, please make time to do that before we get to comments for the day, because I asked if you're okay with it. Because I can see, for instance, do I want ICE agents swarming a little kiddie playground and ripping someone's parent away while the kid's on the monkey bars? Depends what the parent did, I guess. I mean, police have probably done that, but because it's an immigration enforcement effort, you don't want them to do that. So I don't know. What happens if the city of Spokane does this and then the park board doesn't want to enforce it? So now it's just a feel-good policy that's put forth for no reason, that has no teeth whatsoever. So very curious what you guys think about this. I mean, obviously the idea of designating a public place as a non-public place, I think you get into some legal gray area. I'm not even sure if you can do that, or if the park board doesn't want to enforce it, whether it would actually be meaningful. But I'm curious whether you guys have any sort of qualms with ICE operating in a park.
I just picture it as a line. So then you're running and you just run towards the park and then step 1 foot over, and then the cops can't touch you or whatever.
Can't come in here. So now we're going to make parks where kids play sanctuaries for criminals. That's the idea here. Just another example of these backwards policies where they're going out of their way, above and beyond, to protect criminals, regardless of what the consequences might be for the innocent and the law-abiding.